You
Oh,
showed
look
me.
who it
That's
is.
fine.
Look who it is in the background.
What?
Look who it is in the background.
I hear you low. I don't even hear you.
Can you hear what I'm saying?
For whatever reason, hold on 1 second.
This man has started the live. What's going on, Pelicans fans? I did not mean to start the live yet. Log on every follow for every time he come in, he starts the live. But y'all, you guys give us a minute. I'm trying to get things started up for y'all. Let y'all trickle in little by little. The Pels to get ready for this Pels game against the defending NBA champions, the Denver Nuggets. What's up? What's up? What's up? The baddest show podcast in the Deep South.
Well, I realized I had to go get a headset because I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I see. I see. Well, it's good to have you in the chat, Dad, and as always. And guys, if you want to join the chat, yeah, I have the link in the chat on the StreamYard link. If y'all want to click that link to come join and everything. Tonight, the New Orleans Pelicans face off with the Denver Nuggets, the defending NBA champions. Man, this is another good matchup for the Pelicans to once again try to measure themselves up against one of the top NBA teams in the league. Also, guys, this is an in-season tournament game, y'all. This is not just any ordinary game. This is in-season tournament play. So this is a pretty big game as far as if Pelicans fans want to win the in-season tournament, you might want to go ahead and win this game. Dad, I'm gonna start with you, man. What are you looking forward to tonight with these Pels, man? I know you've seen that we got some players back. Herb Jones is back in the lineup. Jose Alvarado has upgraded to doubtful. He's not going to play tonight, but he's coming back. CJ McCollum, I saw he's getting shots in the gym after being diagnosed. This man is out here, a warrior, man. When I tell you,
I don't need him to be a warrior. I need him to sit his ass down. Let these young people. We're gonna need him in the end. I don't need him. I don't like that.
Look, if he's healthy enough, look, who's to tell him don't go ahead and play? But it's good to see him getting some shots up in the gym. Trey Murphy is close. He's close to coming back. So things are looking up as far as injuries, concerned with these Pelicans. Najee is back again in the lineup and everything. It's going to be like his third game in the lineup. So, like I said, a lot of these guys are coming back, Dad. So how are you feeling right now tonight against the Nuggets?
Well, this is a big game for the Pelicans, so we can be even. It's not a win situation like a must win, but it's a way of showing us that we can compete with some of the best. I think this game right here, because of the NC tournament, if you're trying to win the the what you call it, the in season tournament.
In-season tournament.
If you're trying to win that, then yeah, it's a must win. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to, you're trying to establish yourself as one of the best teams in the NBA. But I want to see more of Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson. The pick and roll, I've been watching them in practice. They actually been showing a lot. These guys been staying over after practice, working the pick and roll. and you're gonna see a lot of that today. You're gonna see for whatever everything's gonna go through them guys. Of
Mhm.
course, the role guys like Hawkins, some of these young guys. Watching Najee Marshall come off the bench, I'm very excited about him having Junkyard Dog because I call him the Junkyard Dog. It's great to have Najee back. It's nice to have certain players that we can go to. But look, everything that I'm looking forward to is going to go through Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram. They are the keys to our success tonight against the Denver Nuggets because you're going to play. It's going to be very difficult for the Denver Nuggets to be able to play both of them. You got to remember that Murray is not playing today. For
Yeah.
what I'm not having Murray and just having Joker by himself, that gives the edge to us. We got our two stars out there. There's no excuses. So
Yeah.
we got to get out here, collapse. Make Joker have to beat us by himself, and not being able to dish that ball over to somebody else. I just like I said, the key part to this game is the pick and roll with Brandon Ingram and Zion Williams.
Yeah. Hey, all great points there. That like you say, the Pels most definitely have to go ahead and run this team through Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson. This is especially um, during these couple of games when we done mentioned CJ McCollum being out and everything. So these two have to step up. They have to go ahead and learn to go ahead and come together. We've been waiting for this for the longest time to see these two on the court healthy with one another. So these two have to take advantage of these opportunities that they have with one another. Um, I saw videos, practice videos of these two going, working on pick and roll with each other. Trying to figure out ways to go ahead and make each other better. So those are good things to see. Now, can we see these things translate on the actual basketball court? Can we see these two mesh and have their strengths, work out together? Because when they both are on their top of their games and they're playing their best basketball, those two, and Willie Green has mentioned it. He's mentioned it, and he believes in his whole heart that hey, these two are the best duo in the NBA. I believe that. I think they are. I think their potential is that high. They can be the best duo in the NBA. The thing is, let's show it. Prove it out on the court. Let's not hear about it anymore. Let's go ahead and show this. Look a little Oreo. Oreo said I want camera time in the background, but yeah, man. Like I said, man, these pairs tonight. Now we're gonna go ahead. Um, CJ McCollum, like I said, is working his way back and everything. So it's really kind of an even matchup. When you think about it, with Jamal Murray being out, I remember the first time around when we played the Nuggets. Um, we got off to the hot start in the first half, and then we just let things get away from us in the second half. Um, it's gonna be the same exact way like that game was in Denver. We're gonna have to go ahead and then not only come out with that same start, but this time you want to finish. Okay, finish strong that time. Okay. Like I said, it's even now. You don't have to worry about Jamal Murray. That was a great point that you bring up. Jamal Murray not being out there. So, Brandon, and Zion Williamson is going to be against Jokic and Michael Porter Jr. That's going to be the big matchups today going on out there. It's going to be a duel out there. It's going to be whether the Pels can weather the storm of Jokic. Okay, Jokic will put Big Val in some bad situations. Big Val, we love you, but hey, let's stay out of foul trouble. Herb Jones, you another one. We love you, but you got to stay out of foul trouble. Okay. But if we can go ahead and jump on this team, and stay there and not lose that fire in the second half, this is a game I believe we can win. Jordan Hawkins, Dad, give me a little bit on what you like about this kid Jordan Hawkins so far and what he's been.
well, I always say he's the steal of the draft. He's the steal of the draft because one of the fact that he's a national champion. He's a
Hmm.
national champion, and you cannot defeat a champion. The young
Yeah.
man is a champion, and he loves he thrives in big moments.
Hmm.
It's a steal. It's just like I said, Trey Murphy was a steal. This is another steal, and this goes to show you how important. And we don't give enough props to Trajan Langdon. And we talk about David Griffin, but we don't talk about Trajan Langdon being the general manager, being the guy that's out there, the real guy behind of drafting.
Yeah.
He's our draft specialist.
Yeah. He's been
Trajan,
hitting on a couple of
yes,
these guys.
and Trajan is that guy that when I watched him play for Duke, he was a Duke Blue Devil, and I watched this guy. This guy was always he was a shooter himself. So
Hmm.
Trajan he was an assassin himself. So going out there, he knows what he see when he's out there getting when he selected a young man. It's all about spacing with the Pelicans. The Pelicans have a very great lineup when it comes down to Zion Williamson down low, and they have Ingram. They have big big Val. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
you got to have spacing when you got Val,
Yeah.
when you got Zion Williamson, because the hole get clogged up. And by us getting a Trey Murphy a couple of years back, and now getting a Hawkins, you got to pick your poison when you deal with
Yes.
the Pelicans. And one of
This
the
this
things, yes, it's your poison.
Yes, this definitely helps out players like Zion Williamson, who's just a paint beast. It takes the pressure off him. Like everyone is gonna flock to Zion when he gets in the paint. But when you're looking at Zion too much, it leaves these shooters wide open. Matt Ryan is another one that has stepped up, as far as
Oh
shooting.
yes, oh
You
yes,
know, so I
picking up
can't wait.
guys to be able to shoot and spacing.
Yes, I cannot wait to see Trey Murphy join, this young rookie and Matt Ryan on the rise as well, man. This is something that the Pelicans have needed for a long time, man. Is some shooting.
And having CJ when you get CJ
Yes.
back.
When you get
So
CJ back, yes.
who are you going to be able to deal with when you got this many shooters? And
Right.
I'm telling you that even having Zion as a decoy, being a guy that's able to go in, and he can be his assist game can be a strength to him, being able to find the wide open guy. And that was the vision of this team.
Yeah.
And if you don't pay attention to Zion, Zion's going to be able to get in that lane. He's going to be able to get fouls. And if you double him, he's going to be able to shoot pass the ball out to the perimeter shooters. And then don't forget Brandon Ingram and his ability to get in the lane and being able to draw fouls.
Yes. Take over a game in that mid range game. I do say with
Very
Brandon.
underrated mid-range game.
Yes.
Very underrated mid-range.
You can put him up there. And I'm not afraid to say this. You can put him up there with Kevin Durant as far as mid range, man.
Oh
He's
yeah.
he's a sharp shooter from when it
He
comes to
has
that.
that. He got a little Kobe in him too. He got a little bit of Kobe in him
Yes,
with
yes,
that
yes.
fadeaway. He has that a little bit of Kobe, and you could tell who he watched when he was coming up. You could tell.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. My main thing about Brandon Ingram is though I want to see him consistently improve in shooting on that 3-pointer, man. What's going on, Chris? What's going on? Good to see you in the chat, man. Yes, sir. Pelicans, baby. Yeah, I want to see Brandon Ingram go ahead and get a little bit better shooting that 3-pointer. But like you say, Brandon Ingram is a mid-range beast. Now the thing is too about Brandon Ingram is I've seen lately. We saw last year he was doing really well passing the basketball, but I think it kind of got to his head this year. He started coming down the court and thinking, "Oh, hey, because I did so well last year passing the ball, that I need to do that." No, you're going to take yourself out of the game. And you've noticed so far this season, when he's been on the court, he's turned over the ball a lot. He's not going to go ahead and sit there and be your point guard. He's not your point guard. He needs to realize, hey, take the pass when it's there, but when it's not there, be that aggressive beast that we know you are. If you see there's a lane there to go ahead and attack somebody in that mid range, go ahead and attack. Don't be a doggone point guard. Don't be CJ McCollum. And when he's gone, look, we don't need you to do that. Don't do too much. So that's my little thing about Brandon Ingram. Those little things. If I had to say that he had to improve on, it would be those things. Chris, yes, man. I'm glad you had the notifications on, man. It's good to see you in here, man. Yesterday we missed you because you didn't have the bell on, but for all our viewers on there, if you want to catch us, make sure y'all have them notifications on. And then if it comes down to a situation where you have to miss us, then we always have videos on here where you can play them back and listen to everything. So you're never really missing anything. If you just want to be up on here live, though, hit them bells. Yeah, Dad. I want to kind of get your thoughts on this court, man. Did you see the Pelicans court, man? I mean, it looked kind of. I like it. I think
Well,
it's good.
and people are gonna say that I'm biased because it's New Orleans. It's not. No, it's not. It's not about being biased. Or whoever's in PR, who's behind the scenes, they do a great job with actually advertising the Pelicans. The Pelicans. I've been watching different color schemes over the years, and this is awesome. This is awesome, and
It looks
it just looks outstanding. I think that we got the best flow. I think we got the best flow in the NBA. I don't see. I've been watching other people, and I just think we got the best flow.
Oh yeah, look, I just think it's something different. I saw a lot of Pelicans fans over the years talk about, hey, we're tired of the Mardi Gras theme thing. We want to see something different. Well, hey, you got it now. You finally see something different now. You see another cultural thing that New Orleans has. We're not just known for Mardi Gras, man. We got that voodoo, man. We got that little that night that night carnival season, that aura about us at night. We party when the lights are off. It's something about New Orleans. It's not just Mardi Gras. We got food, we got culture, we
Oh,
got
our
we got a lot of
culture, and we have a deep Indian culture in our Mardi Gras Indians. We have a deep Indian culture in New Orleans. We have a deep voodoo culture. We got a deep with jazz, with music.
yes,
There's so much to be proud of when it comes down to being a part of New Orleans. That was one of the things that I've seen on TikTok. Somebody was saying that they was making a point that New Orleans and Louisiana, a lot of brothers don't, they believe that New Orleans is not a part of Louisiana. So,
yeah.
no disrespect to the
We're
other
so different though,
cities. We're so
it's
different and so in our culture.
yeah.
Yeah, we love everybody else. Trust me, we love Baton Rouge. We love everybody else. But New Orleans is a city of its own.
Oh yeah, it's. I mean, I know. No, I don't think anyone argues, not just in the state of Louisiana, but I think the whole country knows. New Orleans is its own little entity, man. We do our own little thing. We have our own little slang with the way we carry ourselves, the way we do our thing. It's a little bit different. But I'm kind of glad that I was able to go ahead and get your thoughts on that, Dad. Because this may be, I ain't gonna lie to you. If we don't win, given the in season tournament and everything, people don't realize that the in season tournament is not that long. The December is gonna start the little the quarterfinals and everything, and then you're gonna have championships in at the end of December. So it's not a long in season tournament, So for the Pelicans, if they can't get a win or scrap up a couple more wins, this could be it before well, we see of the court and everything. I know we never really had a chance to talk about what it's looking like and everything. Chris, it starts at 7 o'clock tonight, man. Bally Sports New Orleans, if you want to catch it. We always like to tell our viewers too uh, that if you don't have Bally Sports, then we got an alternative for you. You can go ahead on and get your app called Dofu Sports,
Dole
and
Food Sports for free.
Yes, and they stream all the games for you. It's not just NBA, it's NFL, any type of sports. You go ahead and stream free sports on that app. Okay.
And that's your
So
way. That's your way of getting around. I know a lot of you guys are working hard. You guys ain't got no time to be paying no high bills for no
right,
NBA. For the NBA league pass, and
League
that,
Pass, yeah.
yeah, some of you guys ain't got the money to pay for the tickets. So there is Dulo. What we call it, a Dulo sports.
Yeah, Dofu Sport,
Dolfo.
DOFU Sports, and it'll show up in your apps app store, guys. And that, since we are talking about that, Bally Sports needs to be talked about,
Oh my
man.
God, it has to be
It,
eliminated.
it's a
It
travesty.
is horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah,
It's horrible,
it's a travesty, man.
especially for
I
New
hate
Orleans.
for
Especially
for
for
the
New Orleans.
but it takes the shine off of the Pelicans, man, because for teams like the Pelicans, they're not getting the exposure, like the Lakers, or the New York Knicks, these big markets, that you see every day, the Warriors, the Heat, so for Pelicans fans, it's very hard for us to go in and watch our team. And then when we do get subscriptions to apps like Bally Sports, then they have technical issues every doggone night.
Oh my
Talking
God,
about
it's horrible. It's
it,
horrible.
it's bad, man. And I just hope in the near future we can get New Orleans to get a partner with a better TV
Well,
provider.
one of the things is we need to follow the route of the Utah Jazz, and I hate to go back to the Jazz because of course the Jazz took the Jazz from New Orleans, but we need to go with the Jazz. The Jazz has their own
Yeah,
independent networks, and I think we need to get more involved into our own independent network, similar to what the Saints have done. Okay, so
yeah,
we really especially for local and being able to watch the Pelicans. I mean, fans are really trying to get connected with this basketball team, and they
yeah.
can't when you can't watch the team.
Right, right. Chris, yeah, it's usually on Cox, or if you have Direct TV still, then they have that on there for Direct TV as well. I know we're in an age now where TV is becoming streaming now. It's a lot of folks now are not even having cable anymore. A lot of them now are using things like YouTube TV, Paramount Plus, all these different apps that have
Yeah, we dropped
now.
it. We dropped it for YouTube TV. My son and I we decided to go with YouTube TV, but we lost. Direct TV just not the same.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, most definitely. Look, well, Dad, the next thing I want to kind of get into, man, is these Denver Nuggets. The matchup itself. Um, the Denver Nuggets, once again, they're on to a hot start. They look like the defending champs. They've won a couple of games without Jamal Murray himself, and they still look good, man. So tell me a little bit about the Denver Nuggets and what is it going to take for the Pelicans to get to where the Nuggets are?
Well, the bottom line is healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can't compete with the Nuggets until you're healthy, and that's just the
Mm-hmm.
bottom line. Now, the main thing is your core. Your core,
Mm-hmm.
having Zion Williamson. Now, okay, the other people around them, these guys, okay, they're being injured. It's not a bad. It's not the world ending, but you
Mm-hmm.
have to have Brandon Ingram healthy, and you have to have Zion Williamson healthy. That is the most important thing for this organization because
Mm-hmm.
everybody else will feed off of these two guys.
Right.
Everybody else will eat. Jordan Hawkins is a rookie. He don't get this much playing time with another organization because of
Yeah.
these injuries. He's being able to come out and play. So
Yeah.
having not having a McCollum helps his stock goes up. That's why he
Right.
was able to set a record with threes. Okay, so yes, the most important thing with this organization is having your two stars. You have the
Mm-hmm.
two dynamic duels. They have to be healthy. JV, he has to be healthy. He's the core. He's the center. He's going to deal with Joker. Now I don't know if we want to even. I would rather try Herb Jones on Joker. He's undersized with him, but Herb Jones on Joker would cause Joker into in a lot of distractions. He might be getting in foul trouble. Double him with Herb Jones and maybe a Zion Williamson. I don't see JV being able to handle Joker. He's too slow.
Well, yeah, and that's why I kind of mentioned it earlier that JV, he's just too slow. Like you said, you said it in a nutshell. JV is just too slow for Jokic. Jokic is too skilled. But you still want to use Jokic in the game. And my thing
I mean
is,
JV.
JV, Jonas Valanciunas. Now, my thing is though is you bring up a good plan. Herm Jones is a good plan to put on Jokic instead, and you definitely don't want to put Zion there. Zion is not
Oh,
a great defender. Not a great
oh
defender.
no.
Oh,
That's his
we
weakness. That's his weakness.
yeah. He's definitely a guy that needs to go ahead and improve on the defensive end. So Herb Jones would be that guy primarily that you would want on Jokic. Now,
Najee Marshall. Najee Marshall's another
Najee, yeah,
guy,
you can throw Najee at him,
but he's way on undersized. I don't know if you realize that we picked up our other center throwing bodies on Joker. You can't stop him, but the guy with the George Jefferson, the Ronald McDonald hairstyle that we picked
talk
up.
about Jeremiah Robinson Earl.
No,
He's
no, 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 not him. I'm talking about the big
oh,
white
you
boy
talking about
from the used to play with. He was drafted to the Hornets.
yeah,
Uh,
my gosh, I can't even think of his name on my head right now. That's Mr. Cody Zeller.
Cody
He
Zeller, yes,
yeah,
yes.
he
He's a big guy. He's actually underrated as far as athletic. Okay, he can actually play. So we're gonna need a guy like that to just be a body, be a guy who can foul out. Okay,
I really
who
think
can.
though that Cody needs to go ahead and get some playing time.
Oh
Like
yeah, oh yeah.
I
I don't know
didn't
what you
like
picked
the
him up
fact.
for if you ain't gonna play him.
Right. I didn't like the fact that for the first part of the season that we haven't involved him out there. Like he needs to get some playing time, whether it's little minutes or or a little bit more or a little bit more minutes. Like I just need to see him on the court. Like
I mean,
he's
he's a
good enough to
seven
play.
footer, EJ. He's a seven footer. You got
Yeah.
to have your bigs out there. And we have
Mhm.
lost, us are losing Jackson Hayes last year, losing all that athletic ability. The Pelicans got to use these bigs. And even if you're going to go to a small lineup, sometimes that could be effective going against a Denver Nuggets. You can go small on them at times, and it could be effective for the Pelicans. But right
Yeah.
now, I just think that this team uh, you're just gonna have to be able to stop the other guys. Because Joker is gonna get his. You just
Yeah.
be able if you're able to stop
You're,
the other guys,
yeah.
we have a chance.
You're hitting it on the head. At this point, it's not about really trying to shut down Jokic. It's about just trying to contain him. Okay, he's gonna get his. He's gonna get his points. Like he's gonna get a double double every single game.
If we keep him
Uh,
at 25, 25, 20, that's
right.
good
You
for the
have a chance.
Pelicans.
You
You got a
you you have
chance.
a chance. You just can't let someone else go off on that Nuggets team.
And
That like
That would be Porter Jr. That is a
yes,
guy that who always seemed to have the Pelicans number. Is Porter. I
yes.
don't. I'm just letting you know because now that Murray is not the guy, it's gonna go to Porter. Porter is their third guy.
I wouldn't even like put anything past Aaron Gordon either. That's another guy
Yeah,
that the
Aaron Gordon is very effective.
yes. So especially with Jamal Murray being out, which is good for us. I think we need to make somebody else go ahead and beat us, okay? Because instead of letting Jokic do what he always does, he's gonna get what he's gonna get. But at the same time, we have to make sure everyone else is 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 locked up, on the defensive end. I've loved that we've been improving on the defensive end. That was the key thing. To me, bringing James Borrego in was a plus to me. I didn't think any offseason that we needed to really go ahead and explode on offense because we already had a great offense. I think defensively, that was something that we needed to improve on. And so far, despite injuries, and of course injuries has really just caught us in the spell and everything. But I think so far the Pels have played pretty good defense. So if we can keep that up, have most of our
Well,
defensive
part of
guys.
that, yeah, part of that is because Willie Green decided to focus more on defense, and when you talk about Vegas is bringing a better. I want to tell you, he's better than a better offensive scheme. If you see them, they are spreading the ball over more. It's not a one man guy
Yeah,
that's
it's a
touching the
team
ball.
team thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So they are able to. They're getting the ball in the hands of everybody, and if you saw that game last game. I think Big has done a great job. Uh, no disrespect to Willie Green, but to be honest with you, Willie, be careful, man. This guy might push you. I'm just letting you know. Do your
I
thing,
ain't gonna
Willie.
say all
Do
that
your
now.
thing, Willie. Do your thing, Willie. Because Willie Willie gets on my nerves. I want Willie to be the guy, but Willie be like the church pastor. He's not emotional. He's not the things that I want to push out of Willie Green. It's like when we saw him in that playoff run, the time when we went into the play-in, he said that great speech. You gotta fight. I want to see that Willie Green. And this team, last game they followed the energy of the coach, and we
Mhm.
need Willie Green to be Willie Green that made us all love Willie Green.
Well, I'll say I'm gonna say this about Willie Green because he did miss that game 2 nights ago, and we got the dub without him Tuesday. It was which was funny. A lot of Pelicans fans has been putting pressure on Willie Green to you know do a better job, and they want to see more out of him and everything. He was to get context on that. If y'all guys didn't know, our viewers out there. Willie Green was battling a non-COVID illness. He missed Tuesday night's game, and James Borrego took over on offense. On the whole as head coach. Willie Green, I think to me, I think I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna say that Willie Green has been going through a lot. I mean, a lot. His players ain't helping him. Okay, they've been hurt. They've been hurt. Look, Dad, I know you making that face, but I'm just saying they've been hurt. And as a head coach, you can't play for your players. Doggone, you need them out there. And we talk about the big three: C.J. McCollum, Brandon Ingram, and Zion. But the fact of reality is hey, these three have only been on the court with each other 14, 15 games. That's not good. That's not good. You need these guys out there on the court with each other. And I think with Willie Green, he's been trying to do the best that he can with the situation that he's been dealt with. Now I agree with you that I ain't gonna lie to you. He acts like a little pastor out there. He need to go ahead and get a little bit more aggressive with these grown men. And
Well,
and
I
and
I I, I got I got to I got to
on.
chime in. I'm gonna tell you this. You got to realize this. Okay, Willie Green. Okay, like I said, I love Willie Green. I don't want him to be replaced to anything. But you cannot undermine the fact that when Zion Williamson was speaking, he was that when he talked about is he got to evaluate what's going on, and
Yes,
I
hey,
mean
I'm glad you brought that up.
you can't and that is going strictly to coaching. He got to buy into the system,
Mm-hmm.
buy in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see in after the win, he was quiet about it. He was out there after the game, and he was out there practicing with Zion Williamson. You didn't hear no more talk because they won, but
Right.
that concerned me. That concerned me.
Well, I'm glad you brought that conversation out there because I think a couple of games before the Tuesday night game, Zion Wilson, post game, and had a press conference, and he was talking about a lot of alarming stuff. If you're a Pelicans fan, he was talking about how, yeah, I'm trying to take a seat back, and I'm
Oh,
not where I want to be
oh.
right now, and I'm trying to figure out things, and I'm sitting here as a fan listening to this stuff, and I'm going in my mind, I'm like, whoa, 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 Zion, like, hold up now, hang on, We've been waiting on you for 5 years. It's your fifth season right now, and you talking like you're out of it right now. Like I don't want to hear this from a guy that I'm finally seeing playing right now. That's finally on the court. I just want to see at least 70 something games from you. That kind of alarmed me about Zion. Now I don't think he meant that. The way it came out.
EJ, that's what makes me concerned when you give them guys that big contract,
Yes,
similar to
yes,
what Anthony Davis did. Anthony
yes.
Davis was when he got his contract, he was bought in, and then we brought Cousins. Remember, we went out and did everything we could to get this guy to want to stay a Pelican. Remember, we
Yeah.
went and got DeMarcus Cousins, we got Rondo, we were making a run, and all of a sudden he got LeBron James to talk into his ear, and he left this organization. I'm worried with the same situation that could happen with Zion Wilson.
Yeah, well, look, I'm
Now
not
you're
gonna.
healthy. Now
It,
you're
it make,
healthy.
yeah, it makes you really think, like what's going on with him now. Now he was quiet, like you said, that after that Tuesday night win, he kind of really backtracked on what he was saying. Shout out to David Grubb. David Grubb actually, he actually asked him a question during the post game. He was like,
Shout
"Can you
out to David
elaborate?
Grubb.
Elaborate a little bit more about what you were talking about that night." He was talking about Zion was just saying, hey, I'm still here, I'm still trying to go ahead and be that guy and everything, and I'm doing my best and everything. I wasn't trying to say I'm trying to leave or anything. He was kind of clarifying it like that. You can see where the conversation was going, but it kind of alarmed you initially. Well, as a fan, you're sitting there listening to that, and like you said, that ever since Zion Wilson has been paid, it just seems like, for whatever reason, it just seems like Zion Williamson, being as young as he is, and he's my age, y'all, he's 23 years old. He's getting into the temptations of life. Okay. We done saw with women during the off season. We did saw
He
it,
just
and
had a baby. He just had a baby.
got him a baby, and then got himself caught up, and had the little porn star following him around and everything. And of course the injury history, the psychological, mental healthness that's going on in his mind. So a lot of stuff has happened with him since we paid him. And as a fan, you don't want to hear no excuses at this point. He's healthy now. At this point, you just want to see him out on the court, give you 20
Averaging
a game.
25 perks,
Yeah,
25 perks a game.
20,
Because
20
that's
to
what I want to
25
see.
points a game. And then look, that's all you want. So for me with Zion Williamson, he's got to get more mature. He's talked about how he's adopted the LeBron James method, and he's working on himself and everything. But I want to see it. I want to see him for the rest of the season, lock in, be the guy that we saw before he got injured last season. And hey, just man, go ahead and play, have fun. All going have fun like you were with Duke. When he was playing with Duke, I think that we can all agree he was having the time of his life playing basketball. Ever since he's gotten in the league, I don't know when that changed for him, but I want to see that from him because I don't
I
have the
think
patience.
I don't think it changed from. I just think that if frustration happens when you're injured all the time, and he had a problem with eating. Okay, Zion Williamson, everything is not New Orleans' fault. It's your fault. You got to
Yeah,
condition yourself. The Pelicans have done everything they can with this guy. They've done everything. So if he was to start acting up, don't let me turn on you, Zion. I love the dude. I just don't get in my
Dad,
doghouse.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I was talking to somebody not too
Cause
long ago
I
about
kind
this.
of felt some kind of way when he said that.
I was saying like I was telling myself, I said I was telling somebody, I was like, man, the way I've been defending Zion since he's got into this league, man, he doesn't want me to sit there and just turn that energy back on him, man. Because like I'm at this point right now. I've always loved Zion since college, and for him to be on my basketball team, it was a dream come true. I'm so happy, but the things that have fell out with him, going on so far in his career, I expect more out of him. I expect him to go ahead and rise up and be that star player that he can be here in New Orleans, man. He can be the face of the franchise. He just got to believe in himself, man. I don't want to hear no more excuses, man. At this point, man, you just got to play. You got the money. You got everything that you need. You got all the players. You can't blame it on that he doesn't have enough talent on his team, man. You got Brandon Ingram. You got C.J. McCollum. You got shooters. Jordan Hawkins is shooting his lights out. Like, they're drafting good players for you. You got Trey Murphy. You got a lot of key pieces on here that's there to help you. At
But
this point,
he has to
it's
be
on him.
patient. We was patient. The organization was patient with him. He has to be patient with the other players. And I know he wants the ball. He don't want to be averaging 15 parts a game. He
Yeah,
wants to be the star. He said that he's not used to taking a back seat. Come on now, what that told you? He's
yeah,
talking about he's talking about taking a back seat to Ingram.
yeah.
That's what he's saying.
He's scared of taking the backseat to Ingram. Yeah, yeah.
And the whole point is you both can be stars of this basketball team.
Right. You shouldn't
You
look at it as, oh,
This is
he's
a new NBA. This is a new NBA. You're not taking a back seat.
right.
The NBA, you got to have more than one star.
Say that. Say that. You're cooking today, Dad. Look, you gotta in today's NBA, it's not where you can just have a Kobe or LeBron or Michael Jordan and you can win a championship. You need more than just one of those guys. You need duos now. You need at least two guys on your team, and then you can have a championship conversation. So Zion needs to stop with the
How you think Jokic won his first championship? He had Murray. He had to
Jamal
get
Murray.
Murray.
Right. Right. So it's a duo type of thing, man. Like I said, I'm at this point with Zion to where if things don't work out this season, I'm one of the crowd like, hey, throw him in the trade block. Like I'm not playing. I want to see it. I want to see him go ahead and handle his business.
Send him to Philadelphia and give us the big guy in Philadelphia, and I'll take it.
Like, hey, whatever we got to do to go ahead and get this doggone team on track, because we have the key pieces, we have the young players, we can move on. So at this point, it's all on Zion Williamson to get this team on track, man. But with all due respect and saying all of that, like I said, I still want to see Zion Williamson be
Oh, he's
the
got to be a
star.
Pelican. He's got to be a Pelican.
Oh yeah,
We're just a little concerned on the way his body language was with that comment that he made. The bottom line is, I just think that the kid want to win. He wants to win,
mm-hmm.
and if you want to win, this is the best place for you to win. And let me tell you something about New Orleans, Zion. If you love New Orleans is going to love you back. If you start acting shady with New
We love
Orleans,
you back.
or we're gonna side eyes your ass.
Yes, it's the most truest statement, man. Like Drew Brees will tell you himself, that New Orleans, as long as you love New Orleans will love you back. But if you sitting there playing around, New Orleans will turn on you in a heartbeat.
And
I'm telling you.
ask Derek Carr, man.
Yes.
That's why Derek Carr. That's why Derek Carr got to win the city over on his own. There's no excuses. Derek Carr gonna have to win the city over, and so we
Yeah.
don't want you to be in a situation like that, Zion. We need you
Yeah.
to be able to go ahead and handle your business.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, well, I'm gonna ask you this last question, and then we're gonna get into prediction time. Um, more than anything in this game. So let's just say we win this basketball game. how do you feel about the in season tournament? I know
I
you know this is
I
the
never
I
go
know
ahead.
this is new and everything, but I to me, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give my own opinion before I even kick it to you. Like, I think I like it. You know, I like the competitiveness of it. You know, I think this forces players now to try to play instead of resting during this time of season. You know, usually during this time, we usually see NBA players start to, you know, rest up. They don't really care because they feel like in the second part of the season, that's when they start turning it on for the playoffs. So, how do you feel about the in-season tournament so far?
I'm concerned about it. I'm concerned about it for the number one
Mm,
reason. Players are going to play hard, too hard, and it's going to cause injury. We're going to
mm,
need if we're going to be competing at the end of the season for the real championship. It just makes me worried because the Pelicans have not showed me that they can be healthy as an organization, and I
mm,
understand that in the short run, this makes us feel good. Say we do win the in season tournament, but
mm,
you know, and lose by a couple of players. That's still
mm.
going to hurt us in the long run. I'm pretty much old school. I'm not really with this new in-season tournament. Yes, they're
Yeah.
going to play hard. I understand it, but your goal is to be at the end playing for a championship.
Well, hey, that's good insight there. I know you kind of old school with it. A lot of, you're
As a
more,
fan, as a fan, it would they would I would agree with you. As a
yeah,
fan, it's
yeah.
exciting, but
Hmm.
as me being who I am, I'm just more concerned about the injury part.
Yeah, it's like I said, even me, you know, being part of that new school generation, it's kind of new. I'm gonna just use the word new in a little I'm something that I'm not used to. You know, it's an adjustment for everyone in the NBA. You know, but it's good to see that the NBA is trying new things. You know, to keep the players engaged. Because of course we want to see the best players give their best and play, you know, their best ball. You know, even if we want, of course, them to be healthy and everything, and we can't sit there and hope these guys don't get injured. You know, these if they get injured, they get injured. You know, you can't play any sport well thinking that you're gonna get injured or you're gonna get injured. You know, so I just say that it's good for the sport because hey, it keeps everyone you know competitive. Now then, let we in prediction time. If we got anyone in the chat, man, we always like to do this thing where hey, you know, if you guys want to go ahead and leave the MVP in the game of the game in the chat and the final score in the chat and the winner of the game. You know, so that I ask you the question of the night against these defending champion Denver Nuggets, and knowing that we lost the first time around at their house, but knowing that we came
We're
out with a
home.
great
We're home now. We're home.
yeah, we're home right now. So I'm saying, oh, we came off with a good start last time and lost and kind of ran out of gas. So this time around, what's your who's your MVP and what's that final score?
I got Zion Williams MVP. I think tonight it's gonna be a little bit of Ingram, a little bit of Zion Williamson. I think you know the last time we did a pick, we didn't do the last time, but the last time we did a pick when we were before that game we didn't do the live on. I picked against the Pelicans, and
Right, right.
um and I had rightfully so. This time I think the Pelicans are going to win tonight. Being at home, I think that they have found. I think that last game gave them a new set of energy. Okay, I think the Pelicans are going to win this game 99-95 at home.
Okay, I like that. I like that. I like that score. I think. For me, I'm going this one to be a Brandon Ingram type game. I think Brandon Ingram is going to be my MVP. I think this could be a good game for him. And don't get me wrong, I think Zion's going to put up some points too now. But I feel that it's going to be Brandon's night, and I think I'm gonna go with a final score of 105 to 98. I think that this is gonna be a close game, like it was last time, but this time I need to see the Pelicans finish. Okay, not only come out hard. They had the great idea of coming out hard, but this time you want to go ahead and finish strong. Okay, so if the Pelicans can go ahead, get guys like Jordan Hawkins involved, get Matt Ryan going a little bit. JV stay out of foul trouble. Herb Jones be a pest on defense, man. I don't know if fans knew Mr. Luka Doncic gave that man some great respect, talking about how he's one of the great defenders in this league, man, and how he better be on an all defensive team this year, man. He better be, because he deserves that. He's given every game in and every game out. This man is always on the team's best defender, man. So, guys, we are literally a minute away before the Pelicans start their game, man. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go ahead and get to it. Enjoy this basketball game. Like I said, I'm glad that we was able to kind of make up for when we missed last Tuesday and everything. Well, we was kind of busy with some things here at the podcast and everything. But, guys, y'all enjoy the game. And we'll see y'all the next time we get on this podcast next Sunday.
Subscribe.
Before that,
Subscribe.
before that, we'll have Wednesday. We'll have the Pelicans Wednesday, but after that, we'll have the New Orleans Saints Sunday against the Atlanta Falcons. Man, the Atlanta Falcons for the division. Woo! That's gonna be something, man. So
that's gonna be my Super Bowl. That's gonna be my Super Bowl. But good.
Y'all subscribe, like, follow us on Twitter, man. Y'all
hit the bell so you can get more of our content.
So can come on in, man. I know we was kind of quiet tonight. A lot of our Pels group didn't come in tonight, which is kind of weird, but hey, it's all right. But man, y'all enjoy the game. I love y'all, and
y'all
man,
catch the replay,
man. So hoop that on 3, 1, 2, 3. Hoop that!